I don't think anyone's seen this room from this angle. Hey, what's up, internet?
Hi. I don't know if you were gonna say hi first, so I guess you're not saying hi.
Alright, Mike. Yo! I just showed them a movie.
What movie was it?
It was a videotape that kills you in 7 days.
Right. Alright.
Y'all got 7 days to live. Have fun.
Have you heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it?
We just watched The Ring. The American Ring. Directed by Gore Verbinski, director of Pirates of the Caribbean. And starring Naomi Watts. The Ring is an American remake of Japan's movie Ring.
Isn't it Ringu in Japan?
No, it was Ringu in America.
Okay.
Poor translation issues. Point is...
It's a good reflection of what our country's going to be like.
Yeah, basically Ellis Island.
Basically. The Ring is about an inattentive mother who finds a cursed videotape that kills you in 7 days after her cousin gets killed. Or her niece.
It's basically the first ever like and share or the Boogeyman.
First ever, but it's basically a chain letter story, kind of.
It is. It is a chain letter story.
Can I just
That's
say,
a spoiler.
my only history with this movie was Scary Movie with Anna Faris playing Cindy, and
Jesus.
that
The third one?
But like when she was doing her ugly crying face in this movie, she looked exactly like Anna Faris. And then
Oh my God.
my other thing is that I saw the second Ring without seeing the first one, and
Well, that's
I saw it when I was like
unfortunate.
10, and no, that wasn't 2 years ago. Thank you, internet. Yeah, but yeah, I was like 10 years old, and I went to go see a PG-13 movie, and I felt really rebellious, and it really wasn't that scary. I think it was actually kind of dumb.
The second one is pretty dumb, so I can't
But that's
even...
my only history with this movie. Like, I never actually saw it full, like, through.
I mean, this is widely acclaimed as one of the few good American remakes, and I totally agree with that. It is, for the most part, still holds up. There are certain parts that, A, are better than the original version, and B, certain things, again, are dated because of early 2000s CGI. But all that being said, like I said, there's a ton in this movie that holds up for sure, and it has one of the more iconic scenes in horror film history recently.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like every horror house I've gone to, or like haunted trail or something, has had a TV.
Everyone knows that scene. Everybody knows
whether
it's had a TV with the
scene.
white noise and everything, and flickering lights, and that's all because of this movie, because I don't really think it's really been anywhere else.
Yeah.
The white noise probably, but...
Well, white noise,
not
even
the,
in
not the
Poltergeist.
TV, yeah.
The TV, well, yeah, the TV and Poltergeist too, but this is definitely its own thing, and that you know that comes from the J-horror origins, but we'll get into that. J-horror specifically is a very distinct kind of horror film, and it's not something that's easy to capture in terms of like filmmaking, and this is one of the few remakes that captures it well. This and The Grudge are the two, and The Grudge doesn't really count because it's the same director. This is one of the few that captures the tone and like the cinematography and the overall feel of a J-horror movie really well, and that's like not an easy feat. On top of that, it just has like a really like overall distinct feeling of sadness throughout the whole movie. It's just very bleak, and it has just it's not a sad film, but it has a sort of, it's a very depressing atmosphere.
Melancholy.
Yes, melancholy is a good word for it,
Y'all
actually.
got a very different vibe from this movie than I did.
You didn't think you thought it was happy?
I thought it was hilarious.
Well,
I fucking hate you. I seriously, like, I hate you, dude. Hey, Allison, what did you like about this movie?
The nostalgia of it all.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it was nostalgic for the fact that, like, everything was, like, super outdated. Like, who actually has a house phone anymore? Let's
No
be
one
real.
anymore.
I mean, I do at home, but, like...
Nowadays, Samara gives you a cell phone call.
Yeah,
I mean, I bet they will.
Probably. We'll find out in 2 weeks.
what else did I like? Oh, the fact that Devay Chase, who plays Samara, is Lilo, the voice of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
So that made it a little bit better, knowing that. I also like the fact that it went into, like, the whole backstory of, like, Samara, but it didn't do it distastefully.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It did it in a way that I think I like that they flesh it out more in this movie than in the Japanese movie. Like, the Japanese one is very bare bones, and in this they go a lot more into, you know, what Samara herself and Sadako in the original. They go into what she's feeling a lot more, and they go into, like, you know, they go into her backstory, and they make her more, like, human-ish.
I mean, I'll give it that. Her backstory was
It's
interesting.
very cool. It's very...
That's one thing that was definitely well done in this movie.
I like the idea that they... You know, she starts off as a villain, and then you're like, is she a villain?
Right.
I don't know.
And then it turns out, yeah, no, she's...
Because, you know, every horror story has, like, not every horror story, but, like, it has a villain, but, it like, the fact that it challenges, like, good and evil is always something that kind of fucks with your mind a little bit. And now you're like, okay, what do I think of this character now that I know what's happened to them?
Right. I do love that, though, that they really try and make you like, oh, yeah, no, she's just a kid, she just wants to be heard, she just wants attention, and then, haha, nope, fuck y'all, she just wants to kill people. Naomi Watts is great in this movie. This is before she was doing things like Shut-In. She gives a really good performance. I love the fact that this movie carries the overall feel of a J-horror movie, and like I said, that's not an easy thing to do. Also, like I said, it has an overall, like, just a really nice... like I'm going to use your word, melancholy atmosphere to it. It's just really bleak throughout the whole time. A lot of greens and a lot of blues and a lot of just faded colors, which is really cool. Because it's also in Seattle, and Seattle's just a depressing city.
Just watch Twilight.
Oh, God, no.
Or 50 Shades of Grey.
Funny story.
Both of which take place in the Pacific Northwest.
Interestingly enough, Twilight has the same color palette as this movie.
See? That's what I'm saying.
It's just Seattle. It's just Seattle. Seattle's a green place. Washington's just a really gray
because
place, guys.
Because vampires can't go out in the sunlight, guys.
Also,
I'm sorry.
No, also, I mean, the scene is, like I said, it's one of the most iconic scenes in history. It's a really faithful adaptation that goes, I think, further into elements that could have been explored better in the Japanese one. I like that a lot. It has issues, of course, but I mean, a lot of things do. The initial, like, I saw her face scene in the closet.
Now I'm a believer.
Fuck you.
If you don't keep that, I'm going to be very upset.
I will. I'll keep it. But that scene is also iconic, and that's, like, one of the scenes that people still reference today and how fucking creepy this movie can be.
I saw her face.
The cinematography was pretty good.
And that's Gore Verbinski for you. The cinematography is
him.
phenomenal in this movie. It's beautifully shot. There's a lot of really, like,
Close-ups on liquids.
Intense,
I want to talk about that.
Intense close-ups, not only on liquids, but on just, like, scenery.
Yeah.
And it really adds to the atmosphere, but also just the tape itself is very well directed. I know, because originally they were considering using the original tape, and they said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to reshoot the whole thing, and they did, and it's very stylized and cool.
I liked it. Yeah, it was very cool.
It's a stylized movie, but like I said,
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yes, that's a good word for it. Not always in a good way, but that's definitely a good way to put it. Also, I love the kid. The kid in this movie is amazing. I love him. He's wonderful. Hey, Mike, what'd you like about this movie?
Cinematography, the acting was pretty solid. I liked the symbolism in it. That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of the twists were kind of cool. I'll give it that much.
I mean, like I said, for me, I think it's interesting to watch, because I watched the Japanese one a couple weeks ago, and then I'm watching this one again. The Japanese one just kind of carries this constant tone of dread throughout the whole thing, whereas it's less dread and more just, like, sadness. I like that.
I didn't get the sadness part.
It's not sad. It's not a sad movie, but it has just, like, a depressing air to it.
I really don't think there were really any happy moments either, though.
It's not. There's definitely not.
No.
Dislikes.
Come back to me.
Okay. For me...
Oh, wait, I got it. No, go ahead.
No, go.
I'm sorry. The entire character of Rachel.
You didn't like her?
Oh my god, she was so annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of a bitch. She sucks, but that's sort of the point of her.
Yeah, I think it's good that they didn't make a main character that you wanted to root for.
She's definitely...
Oh my god, she was just so annoying. And she was such a terrible parent.
Yeah.
And... I don't know.
That's her character arc, though. That's one
of my dislikes.
Okay.
I just want to get that off my chest.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys. No, I think that's probably the main one. And, I mean... I don't think it was a bad thing that the moments were pretty kind of laughable.
I
think that goes off the whole J-horror flick thing.
Not really, but I mean, like, for me, personally, I think there's certain scenes that were done better in the original, obviously, or omitted in the original completely. Scenes like the horse scene and the TV knocking her into the wall. Those two scenes are laughable because they are so, like, they don't belong in this movie. I don't know. I don't understand the point of putting them in there other than like, oh, things are getting weird. But I'm like, the horse scene, things are pretty weird at that point. You don't need that. And then the TV knocking her into the well is so borderline scary movie parody level.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, maybe it's supposed to be Samara, like, pushing her in to find her.
No, it is. So that's exactly what it is. But I mean, like, the thing is, in the original, it's not nearly as ridiculous as that. It's literally, they lower her into the well and they start scooping the water out of the well in order to find the body at the bottom of it. I don't know why they didn't just do that here. I mean, I get that they're trying to differentiate it, but there's enough different in this movie that you don't need that. Those are my two. That's literally like my gripes with the movie, are just those two things, and also the fact that I feel like you didn't need the extra bit of romance with the
assistant,
ex-husband.
Yeah.
Well, no, and his assistant, because I mean, like I said, in the original, it's her ex-husband and that's it. He helps her out, but there's no weird love triangle thing going on. It's not necessary.
What is the point of the assistant, actually? I wanted to ask.
I guess for her to find his body, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the people her age, it was definitely probably one of the scariest movies to go see. I think it's definitely gone downhill. I don't think I went and saw any movie in the theater when I was the age that she was and was like, oh my god, this was so scary.
I don't either. I mean, most of the stuff that I'm like, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen, is either like released to video on demand automatically, or I find later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I just bitch for a moment about the first 10 minutes of this movie?
What's wrong with the first 10 minutes of this movie?
The painful exposition.
About the tape?
Yeah.
It's not exposition. It's them telling an urban legend.
Yeah, it was painful. That was.
I disagree.
Exposition.
But then again, you also thought the exposition in Split wasn't painful, so I don't agree.
That's fair. No, that's fair. It didn't age well at all.
The movie or the movie throughout.
The movie throughout did not age well.
I thought you meant like from there to now. I'm like, well.
No. I don't doubt this was a fantastic movie for its time.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
13 years later, 14 years later, however the hell long it's been, it's not holding up so hot. Really, all of my problems with this movie stem from that. From the fact that it just has not aged well. The fact that a lot of it was just purely laughable. This was more of a comedy than a horror movie for me.
We were laughing a good amount of it.
This was fucking hilarious.
Mike has bad opinions on things.
Yet I'm on this channel.
I don't know why.
Conflicting opinions.
Hey, Allison, what would you rate this?
I think I would say it's solid. Well, I would say just ironically enjoyable. I don't think all of it is ironically enjoyable. I think it's just like solid because
parts. I get what you're saying.
Because obviously we were laughing through some of the parts. Mostly the face reveals.
Yeah.
I mean, Lee just tried to kill me with the glow stick, but anyway.
To the moon.
No, it's. I think that also comes from the fact that like, when you're watching a movie like this in a group of your friends, it's a lot easier to laugh at stuff.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I would find this terrifying if I was alone.
Right. Yeah,
that's why I haven't. That's why I think that's why I hadn't watched it before, because I never saw it in theaters, and even if it was on TV, I was probably by myself and didn't want to watch it.
That's fair.
So, I usually don't watch horror movies alone for the fact that it's
okay. See, I do that all the time. So.
Easier to laugh at, but yeah, but solid and ironically enjoyable. If they had like a love child, that's what.
Okay, that's solid.
Solid.
Ironically solid. I don't fucking know.
Ironically solid.
Alright, I'm gonna say solid. I think it's definitely a solid film, and I think, like I said, it has some issues, mainly coming from the fact that there were additions that didn't need to be there, but I still enjoyed it overall, and I think it's among the best American remakes, and just horror remakes in general.
I don't doubt when this movie came out, it was terrifying, it was the scariest thing ever, whatever. It is aged like shit, and it's a comedy now, so I'm giving this ironically enjoyable. There are parts of it that are good, but just so much of it is just laughable.
I am actually gonna kill you one day.
Dude, do it now. End my suffering.
We're doing The Ring 2 next in honor of Rings coming out in 2 weeks.
Which literally turns this into a chain email.
Samara goes viral, but I have concerns that it's going to be just a remake of this, because it looks like it's going to be just a remake of this. But we'll see.
Updated.
They're like changing some things, but it looks like
Samara's
there's nothing.
on Facebook.
Yeah, guys, if you like us, and you like Allison, and you like Mike, and you like me, and you like Mo, and Sean.
Who's not here?
Eventually.
Is Sean even a
Here,
part
don't
of this?
know.
This is Mo.
Sean's been here
Hey.
for like 2
This
videos.
is Mo.
Hey, say hi to Mo,
Just
guys.
draw a little beard on him.
I'm not gonna draw on your water bottle.
Don't.
How about in post?
Yeah, guys. If you like us, you should click down there and, you know, like and comment and subscribe and say, hey, Mike's a fucking idiot for not liking The Ring.
Or hey, controversial opinions. Yay!
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and we like you. I hope you like us.
This is the
Thank
worst
you.
outro we've ever
Yeah,
done.
it was really terrible.